Hello, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie and here I like to talk about books. Lots of books, usually fantasy books, and I'm happy to have you here. Welcome. Today I really want to talk about my February TBR. I have so many books that I'm so excited for this month. I did try to film this video yesterday and I had a hard time because I was sick. I still am a little bit sick, so please bear with me. But I'm still so excited to talk about all the books this month. I have such a good feeling about February. I don't know. I just like it's going to be a great reading month. I'm so excited. So I have 3 new releases, a couple other books that have been on my list for not honestly that long. Like one I just found out about like a week ago, and one I've had since last month. So just picking up some other books that I have been having my eye on just a little bit. I hope you get your coffee, you get cozy, and you're ready to listen to and hopefully honestly add some things to your TBR. Okay. I'm here to help add more books to your TBR, whether you need them or not, especially with all the good books coming out this month. Okay, let's get into it. I'm so excited. Literally can't wait to tell you about the ones that I have on my list this month. So starting off, I want to talk about the first book that I'm really excited for. I think I've been waiting like a year for this book to come out because it is the third in a trilogy. It is the final installment, and that is Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales. And I'm literally so excited for this book. I loved Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies so much. And I loved her second book, actually, Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands, even more. I think I gave the first book 4 stars and then I gave the second book 5 stars. So this is actually the first book. Who am I kidding? This is not the first book. So this is actually the second book. I also had the first one, but it is like way up high on my shelf, so I'm just not gonna grab it. But this cover is so beautiful and it's right on the board of the book, like the cover, there's no dust jacket, and I love that so much. And the third one, the one that I'm really excited about, it's coming out on February 11th. I have pre-ordered it. And it actually, I think that it's blue and it has like eyeballs on it and like also a little snail. And I'm really excited for it. I will put it up here so that you can see it. I forget about the magic of editing sometimes. And I am sorry if I sound a little bit weird. I am a little sick. So Emily Wilde 3, Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales. I am so excited. If you haven't read these books before, Emily Wilde is a professor. She works at a university. She studies fairy folklore. That's what she's good at. She's a researcher. She's a genius. She's like very smart. She's super smart, but she has a really hard time like communicating with other people. And I honestly feel like even caring about other people as much. She's just so focused on her work and what she is interested in pursuing. And her goal is to create an encyclopedia of fairies, to put it together, the first one to ever put it together of the fair folk. So that's her goal. And at the beginning of the first book, she travels to a remote town in like a very frigid area. I don't remember where it is, but it's cold and it's a small village and they're very tight knit and they don't really want to talk to strangers about things, especially things concerning like their fae and like what they're going through. Like I feel like they're very, they hold it close to their chest, and Emily is not good with people, like I said earlier. So she has to have their help to figure out where the fae are, where the fair folk are around this little village to try to find this specific type of like courtly fae. She's bad with people, so no one really wants to open up to her. She keeps stepping on toes. She keeps hurting their feelings. She keeps saying things that are a bit offensive and just like not the right thing to say. Enter in her coworker, Wendell Brambley. Wendell is like an eccentric, silly, like lovable coworker of hers, and he actually shows up and is trying to help her in this research endeavor, and he's very good with people. So there's a romance between Wendell and Emily, which is so fun because there's so many reasons why it's so fun, but I literally can't tell you any of them because it would be spoilery. But believe me, it's very fun. I love Emily. I love her pet dog. I love Wendell. I love their relationship. I love Emily's love for the fair folk. She gets herself into some trouble, and I just love the way that she processes things and the way that she gets herself out of troublesome situations. I also really love the cast of characters that come along with these books are also just so wonderful and cozy and warm and so lovely. Like the villagers of this town are so lovely and wonderful, and watching Emily's heart begin to open up and soften towards people, and I'm truly excited to see the last book. So that's Emily Wilde, Compendium of Lost Tales. Super excited. Literally less than 2 weeks now. Cannot wait. Oh, also, Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales, and also every other book, obviously, is written by Heather Fawcett. Forgot to mention that, but I'm mentioning it now. The next book that I want to talk about is one that I've had my eye on for a couple of months now, and the reason that I actually started being interested in it and excited about it was because of the cover, because I love covers. They will draw me in. I definitely judge a book by a cover. I know it's a problem, but I can't help it. If it has a good cover, I want it. And that is The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith. This book is a YA fantasy, and not only does it look beautiful, it sounds really fun. The tagline for this says it is The Cruel Prince meets The Selection. I've never read The Selection, but I have read The Cruel Prince, and I loved that trilogy. Oh my gosh, I just read that it's a duology. I'm so excited. I thought it was a trilogy, but it's only a duology, which means I don't have to wait too long for the final conclusion. That's so exciting. Okay, anyway, back to the first book in the duology. This is basically an alternate reality, but I don't know when the time period is. I just know that it's 100 or so years ago. Something like that. But the Queen of England is actually a fae, and she holds a competition for the ladies of high society to win the hand of her son, the prince, who is a fae prince, and his name is Prince Bram, I think. Our main girl, her family is struggling, and she's hoping she can save them from ruin. She's also hoping to free her sister from a bargain that has destroyed her. So Ivy has motivations to go and try to win the heart of this fae prince. But I think that things get a little tricky when she starts to have feelings for the fae prince's brother, which sounds dramatic and good. I think it gets interesting because our main girl, she's in this competition for this fae prince's heart to try to save her family, her sister who is in a devastating bargain, and she starts to have feelings for the fae prince's brother, someone whom she is not supposed to be having feelings for. Something interesting that it says in the blurb about this, about the society that they are living in, is that high society girls are expected to bargain for qualities for suitors. So I saw some things like a high society girl would be expected to bargain her happiest childhood memory for the perfect smile, or her sense of taste for the perfect hair. That is the type of expectations that are on the girls in high society in this alternate universe, in this world. So I'm excited about The Rose Bargain. Looks really good. Beautiful cover. It comes out tomorrow, but by the time this video comes out, I think it'll be out. It comes out February 4th. So if you're interested, should be at the store. Oh my gosh, the next book that I want to talk about, I'm so excited about. I should be able to pick it up soon, actually. My pre-order has gone through, but it is called The Forest King's Daughter. It looks like this. It is so gorgeous, and it's written by Ellie Blake. This is about a forest princess who, as a child, becomes friends with a demon boy from the underworld, and they're just innocent childhood friends. They don't know much about the other. They just form this bond together, and they play together as children. But it turns very, very, very sour when this boy unknowingly gives his new friend, this forest princess, a ring, puts it on her finger, but it causes complete mayhem and a war between their two people. It's childhood friends to enemies, and then later to enemies to lovers, I think. We meet back with these two again, years later. This ring is helping this princess be a weapon in this war against their two people. The demon boy kidnaps her to try to right his wrongs and fix what he did as a child. And this just sounds so good. I'm just imagining the angst, okay, and the yearning and the longing between these two that is going to occur. I feel like it's going to be so good. So good. I'm so excited. Forest princess, ethereal forest princess, so excited. Demon boy who wants to right his wrongs, who didn't mean to do what he did but caused a war. Please, give it to me right now. Give it to me right now. I'm so excited. And the cover. The cover is gorgeous. I actually just saw this on Instagram a few weeks ago, and I was like, wait, I need it. I fear I need it. So I got it. I mean, I don't have it, but it's coming. It's coming. But I got it soon. Yeah. And I'm really excited for that one. Super excited. Those are the 3 new releases that I wanted to talk about this month. Also, I want to talk about the book that I got last month, I think last month, but I'm really excited for it. I want to read this February as well. That is called A Language of Dragons by S.F. Williamson. Now, this book is gorgeous. I do wish that I had the UK cover, because the UK cover is giving classic fantasy, classic fairy tale. It's so good. It's so good. I wish I had it, but I live in Canada, so this is what I've got. And I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna complain. This is another historical fantasy. If you can't tell, I really, really love historical fantasy. It's my bread and butter. It's everything to me. Love it so much. And I feel like this was reminding me a little bit as well of Divine Rivals, just a little bit with the war. You'll see when I start talking about it, but it just reminded me a little smidge of Divine Rivals, which I loved, so not mad about it. This occurs in London, 1923. Dragons are soaring through the skies. There's protests in the streets. Our main character, Vivian, is not worried about it. She has goals. She is vying for an internship on dragon languages. She is a rule follower. She is by the book. She's not worried about anything else. She has her path. She's going to stick to it. And she's not worried about everything else going on in the world. And all she's trying to do is protect her younger sister through all of this. But then, and it doesn't say how, but then it says that she starts a civil war. Not ideal, not ideal. Her parents are arrested, her sister is missing, and her whole life collapses around her. But then somebody, a mysterious stranger, offers her a deal, work a job, and she takes it because I feel like she's just at the end of her rope and she needs to do something to try to right her wrongs and save her family. And doing this job, she becomes a code breaker and joins the resistance. But the lives of her family hinge on the success or failure of her doing this job. This sounds very good. There's also a slow burn enemies to lovers romance. It didn't mention anything about the romance in like the blurb, so I think it's a subplot, which honestly is how I like my romances. I love a good subplot romance. Fantasy is the main plot. Love that. I'm excited for this. It sounds really good. Viv also begins to discover the secrets of a hidden dragon language and realizes that the fragile peace treaty that holds human and dragon societies together is corrupt. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this one. I think I should read it very soon, actually. It is A Language of Dragons by S.F. Williamson. The last book that I have on my list for this month is called Empire of Shadows by Jacqueline Benson. Guys, the cover alone hooked me. And I was like, okay, this cover is so, so, so beautiful. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Now, what is this about? What is it about? And it got even better because this is literally my bread and butter. This is my jam. I'm talking a lot of food, but like this is everything, okay? A Victorian lady with ambition and a mind for archaeology loses her job after a little arrest, and then she stumbles upon a map to an ancient city, and of course, she wants to find it. This is about a woman who is breaking the rules of society. She has ambition and motivation and drive, and she loves archaeology, and she stumbles upon this map, and she's like, well, I'm gonna go find this. I'm gonna find this. The only problem is there is a supervillain who is also trying to find it, and Ellie is the only thing that stands in this villain's way. So like, it reminds me of The Mummy. It's like an adventure into old ruins and finding out secrets and treasures. She also enlists the help of a rogue snake wrangler to help her. And of course, there's some tension between them and maybe a little bit of a romance, which I kind of love. So that's gonna be happening in the sidelines as well while he's trying to protect her and help her with her goal to find the city. While there's a supervillain trying to stop her, and it gets very dangerous, I'm sure. But it gets more intense when she realizes that her enemies are actually after an arcane secret that is said to live in the heart of the ruins. A magical power that could shake the world. So we also have some fantasy going on here. We also have some magic, which I think is very, very fun. I'm a fantasy girly, as we know. Love it. Love it. It's gorgeous. And a Victorian era lady breaking the rules of society, adventuring, finding a lost city. Count me in. Count me in. That is my February TBR. Those are the books that I'm hoping to read this month. I will definitely update you at the end of this month for what I did read and my ratings as well, and my reviews, of course. What are you planning on reading this month? Please let me know. I'm always interested to know. And also, I shouldn't be adding to my TBR, but I always am. So if you want to give me more recommendations, please do. Feel free to leave it in the comments below and let me know what you're reading this month as well. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely, wonderful, beautiful day. Bye!